How's everyone doing? Super excited and fired to be here talking with each and every last one of you all right now. Do one of the three things for me. Y'all know how I like to start my videos out. Like, share, and comment. If you want to go the extra mile, because there's no traffic there, you can do all three. Like, share, and comment, because you never know who might needs to hear this. And the whole purpose of me coming to you each and every week is to become the river and not the reservoir. So this provides you all with so much value that you can go out there and provide value to others. Now, I really want to hop into this and let's target those setbacks that you could have been had this year, those fears that you could have been had this year, and that doubt that you could have been had this year. And let's start to shift it so our 2024 will not look identical to our 2023. Now, I want to be giving you all a lot of gems that come with wisdom and they come with experience. But the first thing that I'm going to break down is doubts. You have to be able to acknowledge your doubts. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you this. Doubts are a natural part of your life. But get this, it's our response to them that determines our path. I'm going to be giving you so many strategies in this video. Only thing you need is a pen and a pad just to keep up. But one gem that I want to start out with, in the pursuit of our dreams, doubts can creep in like shadows, just hovering over you. And I once heard Les Brown say this quote, and it always stuck with me. And I knew that this was not the place that I wanted to be. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living our fears. I'm gonna say that again. Too many of us are not living our dreams because we are caught living our fears. I want you to be able, after this video, to embrace your doubts and acknowledge them. Become acquainted with them, because the more that you know them, the less fearful they become. But do not let them dictate your journey, because you are the only person that has control over your journey by the decisions and the actions that you make. And when you do come face to face with these doubts, I want you to use them as stepping stones towards your growth. Nothing more, nothing less. But you do have to be able to recognize them. That will be the first step to you conquering your doubts, is acknowledging them and recognizing that you do have doubts. So I want you to stop what you're doing right now and take a moment to identify those nagging negative thoughts that you have that make you question your abilities and your abilities to achieve your goals. Because I'm telling you, awareness is key. The more aware that you are is going to be the key to you understanding and transforming the results that you have. So if you do not want the same results that you had in 2023, we need to start recognizing the things that could be hindering us. And then once you recognize, I want you to use some kind of self-compassion with yourself, because it's okay. I'm telling you, we all have doubts. Everybody has doubt. It does not make you weak. The thing that puts you in a stronger position is what you do after you recognize the doubt. Treat yourself as if you would if you giving a friend some advice on something that they're doubting their abilities on. The same good things that you're telling them is the same good things that you need to be telling yourself, and start to accept their responsibility for your life and affirm your life and affirm the results that you want in your life. Now, nobody else can do this for you but you. I'm going to say this again. Nobody else can do this for you but you. And most of all, when it comes to this, challenge those negative thoughts that I was just talking about. Question how valid are those thoughts? Because doubts have no volatility in your life. It's not valid at all. It's not based on facts. There are only limiting beliefs that you can only dismantle. Like, I really want you to encourage the portion of you challenging your thoughts. You have to be bigger than your doubts. Replace those negative thoughts, like I just said, with affirmations and positive self-talk. The more positive that you talk to yourself, the more positive that you attract into your life, because you are a magnet and you attract everything that's around you. But most of all, once you start attracting these things, you have to be able to learn from your doubts. Doubts can be valuable teachers. I know you're looking at me like, DT, hold on, you just told me doubt's bad, but it also can be good. It just depends on how you see it. What can I learn from these doubts? Perhaps are areas of improvement or new perspectives to consider. And then you start to switch your perspective on it and turn these doubts into opportunities for growth. Once you start turning to opportunities for growth, you start building that resilience muscle. And the more resilient that you are, it becomes your shield against the doubts that you have. I'm going to say it again. The more resilient that you are, it becomes that shield against the doubts that you have. Life has no limitations except the ones that you put on them. I'm going to say it again. Life has no limitations except the ones that you put on them. I want everybody at the end of this video to start to cultivate resilience by celebrating your small victories. I know I had a problem with this. I would do something, but I would not celebrate my small victories. But I did learn from my failures, and I kept a forward focused mindset. But you have to be able to celebrate your small and then learn from your failures and then fail forward. Now, this one is a big one. Once you get to all this, you have to be able to get a community around you that can help you with your doubts. So some trusted friends, some mentors, a supportive community, and often somebody who can tell you whether you're doing something right or wrong, or somebody just to check you, because your perspective is good, but you need some type of clarity or encouragement. Now, surround yourself with positive people who will support you when it rains and not just when it shines. Surround yourself with positive people who support you when it rains and not just when it shines. And let's hop into this fear aspect. We already knocked down doubt, but fear, too many of us are suffering with this disease that's called fear. And it have us at a dis-ease with where our life is right now, and it have us paralyzed and stagnant with the life that we have right now. But we're going to break away from that and break free from the shackles of fear and unleash our true potential, because fear is a powerful force. So it is something that you need major willpower to get over and succeed. But I just want to dive into how can we get rid of our fears head on. Remember, fear is not the enemy. It is the compass that's pretty much pointing you towards your growth. Let your courage be louder than your fears and watch how the path unfolds for you. Now, I know y'all keep hearing me talk about path, but everywhere that you go, every area that you go in life, guess what? It's a path that you chose. But you must understand fear in order to conquer fear. So once you understand it, fear often stems from the unknown and the anticipation of failure. We always get caught up in fearing the unknown or a past failure that just pretty much just to hung us up. And I want to give y'all a little bit of wisdom on that. Do not let the negativity given to you by the world disempower you. Do not let the negativity given to you by the world disempower you. I want you to identify the source of your fear to face it head on. And then once you do identify it, let's redefine what that is, especially coming from the failure aspect. Let's redefine that failure. I want you to shift your perspective on failure. That's one of the things that's hindering us from achieving what we want to achieve or doing what we want to do because of a past failure that we just had. I think I had heard Les Brown say that failure is not a person, it's an event. Embrace failure as that thing that moves you closer towards your success. Because I'm telling you, every setback is an opportunity for you to do two things. You already know what I'm talking about. Do two things: to learn and to grow. Make your failure your ally and not your enemy. And one thing that you can do, start to do out of the gate when it comes to failure, is set small goals. You do not supposed to eat an elephant at one time. You're supposed to eat it in small bites. Theoretically speaking, do not eat elephants. But I'm just saying, take small things and get big results. Break your fears down in manageable steps, because it's all about the progress. I had heard, and it's one of my favorite speakers, Mr. Les Brown. Shout out to him. It's not over until I win. That has to be the mindset that you have going into 2024. Because once you start to set small, achievable goals, you gradually take away from that fear, because now you know it's something that I can do. And you start to celebrate each victory, no matter how small, just to build momentum. Like I told you, that was a problem that I had for years. But I started to celebrate the small things that I have accomplished in life. And then once I start to celebrate the small things, I do two things. I visualize and I use positive affirmations. So you have to be able to envision that success vividly. Use the power of visualization to see yourself overcoming any challenge that could be coming up, whether it could be a failure or whether it could be that fear just deepening into you. Pair these with positive affirmations to get away from that negative self-talk that you could be having. So you have within you right now everything that you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. You just have to be able to break that thing down in small, manageable steps and start to conquer it. I'm telling you. And take action, massive action. Because one thing that I do know that can conquer fear is action. Action always overcomes fear. Action is the antidote to fear. In order for you to take the leap in life, guess what? You have to be able to take that action. It's one thing that I heard out as I was coming up, and it's just with me. You do not have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Action builds confidence, and it just kills any type of fear that you have. So start with small steps, like I just said, and gradually start to challenge yourself. The more that you challenge yourself, the more you start building this muscle up for success rather than you drowning in your fear. So embrace change and growth, because I know fear often accompanies change. How many of you all been afraid of change? I have a time or two, but then I just started to reframe how I look at change, because I am willing to go through it because I know that it will grow me. And if you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. If you are not willing to risk the usual, you will have to settle for the ordinary. See change as an opportunity for growth. Like I just told you, change is always going to come. It's just how you view it. Do you view it as an opportunity, or do you view it as a downfall? A chance to become the better version of yourself, or a chance for you to stay the same as you was last year? That's scary. But Once you get to this, now you're rising from your setbacks. Like I just told you, life journey is filled with challenges, but every setback is a setup for a comeback. I'm gonna say it again. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. So I really want everybody to start building themselves stronger when it comes to setbacks, because we all face them. And we just think that it's just us. It's not just you. It's just a part of the process that you must go through. And the more that you are willing to go through this process, the better you become. I'm telling you, the only how you can build muscles is you got to go through some type of resistance. No, it don't feel good at the moment, but the results that you get is great. It's beyond great. But every setback is a setup for a comeback. You have to be able to learn from them, adapt, and keep moving forward. Now, I know y'all keep hearing me saying acceptance, acknowledge. You have to be able to accept and reflect, but also acknowledge those setbacks without judgment. Those things that we go through in the past, we often put a heavy weight on ourselves by judging what happened. You can't judge what happened. You just have to start taking responsibility for the right now. And the right now is the life that you have. And know that it is very paramount for you to keep moving forward and not stay stagnant. Don't focus on what went wrong. Just take ownership for the path that you are moving forward with. And once you start taking more ownership of the path that you are moving forward with, you learn and you grow. You learn and you grow. So that pushes you into this growth mindset. Y'all hear me talk about this week in and week out. You have to develop a growth mindset. It is much needed in order for you to shift the results that you have this year and to move them along even further in a better direction for next year. So you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Everybody goes through these setbacks, but you have to see setbacks as something that's pushing your personal and your professional development. And once you start seeing it like this, then it will help you move forward and you cultivate this kind of resilience to face any adversity that might come. Because adversity is going to come. If you are doing something right and nothing wrong has happened yet, you're probably not doing it right. It is something that's always going to question the authenticity of what it is that you want. There's life tests. When they say life be lifing, there's a life test to see, do you truly want what you say you want? And I'm telling you, life has no limitations except the ones that you make. Y'all heard me say that earlier in the video. You have to start developing this positive outlook and learn from every experience that you go in life. That's the thing that separates the ordinary from the greats, is you basically having a different outlook on the setbacks that you have in life. You have billionaires who done lost millions and they still find a way to shift their perspective on it. You have people who done lost businesses and they still find a way to shift their perspective on it and go to something greater. So it's your adaptability and your flexibility. Like I told you, life is very unpredictable and setbacks are going to come, but you just have to be able to adapt and be flexible in your approach to these things, because change is going to change. Change is going to happen regardless. Personal growth is always a personal decision. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Personal growth is always a personal decision. You just have to adapt to your circumstances and adjust your strategy when something seems a little bit off, and persevere always. You have to be the ant in a situation, because if you notice, the most perseverance shown by anything in this world is by an ant. Whatever get in this way, guess what? It's going to find a way around it, or it's going to get through it no matter what. And you have to be able, once you get through it, you have to develop this thing called problem solving. So you have to be solution oriented. Don't be problem bound, be solution oriented. You do not get in life what you want. You get in life what you are. Identify that. Identify that. And you have to start taking these actionable steps to overcome the challenges. Break down problems into manageable tasks and tackle them one by one. I'm telling you. And once you start breaking these things down, and I always say this, surround yourself by good people. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Surround yourself with good people, because I'm telling you, the power of connection and proximity, it helps with every step of your journey, because everybody 9 times out of 10, they're pursuing the same thing that you have pursued. They done already been there, or they have some advice to help you out of their rut that you are going through right now. If you start to apply everything in this video, I can guarantee you that together we will rise above what happened in 2023, just so we can have a better 2024. Now, as we gear up for 2024, I want you to adapt this mindset so you can start to break through those doubts, conquer fears, and rise from the setbacks that could be happening in life. It's not about the challenges that you go through, because we all go through challenges. Challenges are going to come. Do not get to that point where you're saying, why me? You should get to the point where you're saying, try me. It's about the resilience that you build along the way. And remember, and I firmly believe this, that everyone that's looking at this video right now, and everyone who's sharing this video right now, has some type of greatness within them. It's just up to you right now to get out there and make 2024 your year of greater. I'm gonna say that again. It's up to you right now to make 2024 your year of greater. And if you found this message today by any form or any means impactful, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna say that again. Do not forget to like, share, or subscribe. And I want everybody to keep striving and keep growing, but also go and download my new motivational, I'm going to call it Mindset EP, The Underdog, available everywhere that you can find it, whether it be Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music. Go and check that out right now. Download right now. And I'm checking out. I'm going to catch you on the next video. This is your Mindset Coach DT signing off right now. And remember, your mindset is your creation. So make it great. I'm somewhere believing in you. Let's work together. Thanks for watching and stay unstoppable. All right.